Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. I've just completed this 230mm diameter claret ash plate on the little foot, and I turned it with a 3/4 inch continental roughing gouge. Right, I have here claret ash blank, main features of which are some figure and this bark intrusion. And there's a little split just down there. Now this is 9.5 inches diameter, which is 23 centimeters roughly. Right, I've already drilled a hole in the back. We're going a bit too fast. Vibrating because of that little bark intrusion. I'm going to turn this with a 3/4 inch continental gouge. So first thing, as always, is to get rid of what I don't want, a bit of bark and some picked out grain which are in that arc, so I know where to look. It comes back. This was a planed board, so it's pretty flat. Just true that up with a scraper. Ash scrapes very well. And foot. I'll go into my 5-inch jewels, I think. Probably be about right for this. So, as I do on a smaller gouge, shallow gouge, just using just to the left wing of the nose. And I've forgotten that I took away my marks. Don't really like all those there, but I can fill them. So with African blackwood dust and epoxy is the mix I use, so I'll go with that, I think. Cut the foot in first, just straight in. Slight bump there. Live with that as it is, actually. So bring the gouge in right on its side, and then just use the left wing, scrape the other side, and that will round over the little foot. 180 grit should be fine. Just give it a little burst and just check. Nothing untoward's happening on the end grain, so a little bit of picked up grain there, but that shouldn't matter too much. And 240 grits. Because of that split, I won't put wax on, which will build up in there. This is rice bran oil. Which I've just started using, seems very nice. This is a food plate. My waxy cloth, it's waxy sock, so there will be some oil in onto the surface, wax onto the surface as well. And if the foot is the right size for the chuck, or very slightly smaller, the jaws will not mark the wood. Thing people seem to forget. Smaller one here. there's a catch coming up because I should start the tool more on its side. Oh dear. Very careless of me. Straight edge, see how they're going at the bottom. .120 grits. Right, so those holes are actually going to get filled. If I can do one side, I might as well do the other. Yep, so it'll be okay. So, fill those with the epoxy and let it settle for quite a few hours. It's now a couple of days later. Did get it yesterday. I've got some blackened epoxy in there, blackened with African blackwood powder, which I got when I was hollowing boxes years ago. So that just goes back into the chuck. And I can get at this bit fairly comfortably from the outside, just taking the plate past the sander rather than having the whole thing spinning the whole time. Just going to work on these little areas to start with. That was 120. .180 grit. We'll do the 240 on the rotary sander, because that's less likely to leave marks. Rice oil, rice bran oil, beeswax, be a little bit of a build up down towards the chuck jaws. No, there isn't. Just a little bit of wax occasionally accumulates there, so you need to get at it while the plate's still warm.